Greetings viewers, I am Eric the Car Guy, and I am also known as ETCG1 when I post videos on this channel. And hey, if it's your birthday, happy birthday, and please enjoy this digital cake, which actually came before the cake posted in last week's video, so go check that out. Anyway, there were a lot of requests in last week's video to actually see the Acura RL. It's a 98, not a 99. Not only start up, but drive around and maybe a look underneath. So I thought, hey, you're the audience, you know what you want, why not comply? So that's what I'm here to do today. We'll get this thing started up again, and yes, the hood works, but we need to put some air in the tires before we start moving, and also we need to keep in mind that, well, the alternator's bad, and, well, it's just running on the battery. But I think we'll have plenty of juice for what we need to do anyway. Let's get started. And yes, it does work. Everything's pretty much how we left it. To add air to these tires, and I swear to you this is not sponsored, but I love this thing. This is just a little air compressor that I got from Milwaukee. It runs on M12 batteries, but you just put it in, set the target PSI that you want. I'm gonna overinflate these a little bit because I know they're gonna come down again. Now all I have to do is press this. For those of you wondering, this was actually an empty bottle of transmission fluid. I thought there was actually something in it, and I'm really disappointed to see that that's just regular transmission fluid because, as I've said many times, only put Honda automatic transmission fluid in Honda automatic transmissions. Going to wait until I get all the tires aired up before I connect the negatives, since the battery's all we got. All right, all four tires are aired up to 40 PSI. Full disclosure on the Milwaukee battery-powered air compressor, I got through 3 tires but needed to replace the battery before the 4th, but I had these M12 batteries on charges in my shop. It wasn't a big deal. And the battery is in. I just need to reconnect the negative cable. Hopefully that stays connected. We'll start it up and take her for a drive around the lot. Second time's a charm, right? Don't steal me. Well, driver's window doesn't work. I never like to leave a vehicle with no windows down, with a key in it running. Bad experiences. But started right up. Let's take it for a spin. I think a brake is locked up. Maybe not. Well, now we know nothing grows under an Acura. Like nothing. Nothing at all. No sunlight got down here. A little bit of rust there. And there. steering totally sucks, if I'm honest, and the brakes are questionable, but there it is, running and driving. Let's put it on a lift and get a look at what happened underneath. I can just tell this is going to be gross. There is some kind of leak over here. Oh, looks like that axle right there is rubbing up against that stabilizer bar. It did rattle as I was driving. Can't really account for that, but it is leaking what appears to be power steering fluid. Yeah, and I'm correct. Yeah, that power steering rack is completely blown out. And the reason the axle had that witness mark on it was because it was coming into contact with a stabilizer bar because of this broken stabilizer link. It also banged around a lot as I was driving it. I'm sure you've already seen the CV boot. Kind of getting the heebie-jeebies just standing under here. Here's our belts that we cut. And I don't know what these chunks are. Oh yeah, more CV boot grease getting slung everywhere. So what's happening? Here's the juicy bits. Lots and lots of spider webs, a few oil leaks. And now we start to see the nature of the corrosion. Yeah. Body panels don't look bad. Exhaust, however, it's a different story. This is where it's separated before the muffler, it seems. So those are no longer connected. Yeah, I'm not even touching and I'm ducking. That is some pretty gross looking brakes. This all sucks. This is all, oh, that stabilizer bar kind of came apart. Stabilizer link, I'm sorry. Otherwise, it gives the appearance of being intact. Oh, look at this tire. No wonder it kind of wobbled as it drove. Yeah, I'd say some tires are in order and it'll be fine. I'm gonna put my gloves on and we'll see if the wheels spin. Kind of gross up in here too. Just gross in general. I know I got some brakes that are frozen up and I suspect, yeah, it's this one. Yeah, this one's froze. That one's not. But that brake over there is locked up for sure. This is sticking. So these brakes are also locked up. Yeah, this one's also not moving so great. Yeah, brake service, it'll be fine. Just fine. You'd better look at some of the mold and rust. This side seems to be a bit more moldy and corroded. That was gross. It's still gross. In fact, I kind of can't wait to get it out of my shop because it's making me feel weird. I don't know if you could sense that through the screen or whatever it is that you're watching this on, but Yeah, it doesn't smell too bad, but it just has an aura of ugh. I mean, and some of you are like, Eric, you should bring that car and fix it up. And I hope this changes your mind on that, just to show you what happens when a car sits. I never intended on doing anything to this car, because once I saw the layers upon layers of dog hair, I was done. But it suited my purposes perfectly for the gate outside. Some say that this car is too valuable to use as a gate, but for me personally, this space is quite valuable. If they put a trailer here, I won't be able to pull any vehicles back to do any car washes. Not that I do that often, but I also like the little bit of a buffer zone between me and the trucks and everything that park here. Those of you out there that are saying it's a great car, it's a shame to let it go, how about this? If I ever move, or if I no longer have use for my gate, I'll give this car away in the same way I did my Mustang. You just got to come and get it. How's that? So when I'm done with it, I'm happy to give it away. I don't even want to sell it. I'll just give it to whoever wants to come and get it. And if they want to restore it at that point, more power to you. But me, I'm going to continue to use this car as a gate. It starts up and runs when I need it to, and can, well, move to some extent. So, well, it moves, but I don't like being in it any more than I have to. But this was fun. It was fun to see what happens to a car that's going to sit over the ground over a couple of years. You can see corrosion happens and seals and all this stuff. It's just not good. Don't let your vehicle sit, and don't let them sit on the ground in particular. That's what's really going to do them in. If they're on pavement, if they're parked inside, best case scenario. But if they're on the bare ground, it's probably not going to end well. It's probably going to look very similar to this. Anyway, I hope you were entertained by this. Thank you for the suggestion. We had some fun here. I had some fun here. I hope you did too. If you have automotive questions, eric@thecarguy.com, linked in the description, along with additional videos, including the one when I got this car. And you could see that when I got it, it really wasn't all that much better than what it is now. So don't feel too bad for it. There'll be other things for us to fix. Trust me. Just not this. No. Not this. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video with the world. Appreciate it when you do that. Be safe, have fun, stay dirty. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. And just an FYI, I didn't put it in the same ruts that it was in before. I moved it, and we're going to make some new ruts. Because we had a little bit of difficulty getting it out of the ones it was in. And I figure, why make it harder for next time? Stay dirty.